Mga babae, panoorin natin at ating bosisiin ang mga sinabi ni Tambaloslos. Alright? So, ano ba ito? Laglagan na? Sinong ilalaglag niya? Ito ba ay si Liza Tanas? Sacrificial lamb ba si Liza Tanas? Ibubulgar ba ni Martin Tambaloslos na ang mastermind talaga, ang utak sa lahat ng pagnanakaw ay si Liza Tanas? Or ililigtas niya si Bangag? But I don't think na maliligtas na si Bangag, mga kababayan, kasi dito sa kanyang statement, pakinggan muna natin, hindi pala 1 minute yun, it's 11. Oh,
I
wait.
did so out of respect.
Teka, pakinggan natin. Then, ano natin.
Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. For a long time, I chose to remain silent. I did so out of respect for the legal process. I did so because I did not want to add more noise to an already divisive issue. I did so because I believe that if I cooperated fully, submitted myself to the proper authorities, and answered every question asked of me, the truth would eventually speak for itself.
Tumahimik daw siya.
But there comes a point when silence is no longer prudence. My silence has been abused and weaponized to build a narrative that is false, twisted, and unfair. So let me be clear. I will not keep quiet anymore. I will face this head on, and I will speak with facts because the truth deserves to be heard.
Really?
Today, I'm taking this opportunity to speak directly to the Filipino people.
Talaga
From
lang.
the start of this controversy, I have been cooperative. I personally appeared before the proper authorities. I voluntarily submitted my affidavit to the ICI. I provided the information and documents asked of me. I did not hide. I did not run. I did not evade scrutiny.
Pero hindi nila nilabas yung affidavit. Pakinggan natin. Tinago ni Ombudsman Bonjing Remulat. Pakinggan natin.
Faced it head on within the proper channel because I know there is no evidence that proves I committed plunder, conspiracy to commit plunder, or any similar offense that the Ombudsman may be contemplating against me.
Wow, walang ebidensya. We'll see.
And because I have nothing to hide, I am today authorizing the immediate public release of the affidavit I submitted, together with all supporting information so that the Filipino people can judge for themselves who has been transparent and who is simply being politically targeted.
Lalo siyang tinatago, so inaalaw niya o inaatasan niya ang ombudsman na ilabas yung kanyang affidavit na sinabmit during the ICI investigation. Ang question natin dito, nakalagay ba na si Bangag at si Liza Tanas ang mastermind? We don't know kung edited na or what. May tiwala ba tayo sa taong ito? Naglalaglaga na nga ba talaga sila? Sino ang sacrificial lamb? Si Lam, Satanas, ididiin, pero kahit na idiin niya dito si Liza Tanas, hindi aakto ang executive, ang Bangag sa pagnanakaw, syempre, 'di ba? Kung hindi rin dahil sa power ni Bangag. So hindi porket asawa lang si Satanas, yun ang dudurugin niya. Tignan natin, 'di ba? Kasi blood is thicker than water. Mabubura na ba ang mga Romualdez Marcos? Tuluyan na? Aabutin ba si Bangag sa 2028? O baka hindi na siya abutin ng Pasko? Tignan natin ang sinasabi ni Tamba.
Now let us address the most absurd accusation of all, that I am supposedly the mastermind of this corruption scheme. How can I be the mastermind?
How can I be the mastermind? So dito ay umiiwas na siya. Inilalabas na yung kanyang picture na hindi siya ang mastermind. Right?
I was the former Speaker of the House of Representatives, but the House of Representatives is only one part of the branch of government, the legislature. The national budget is not conceived, executed, implemented, bidded out, supervised, and completed by one congressman or even by Congress alone, and certainly not by the Speaker of the House.
But pwede kang magsabuatan. That's true. Hindi naman pwedeng kayang magawin ng isang tao lang like yung Speaker of the House. So nagsabuatan kayo, di ba? Which is yan ang expose ni Zaldico. Alright? Pwede siya pwede lumabas sa picture dito kasi mukhang kumbaga, ang sinasabi niya dito, pinanood ko na yung buo niyan na bago tayo nag-vlog, na parang wala siyang bahid ng korupsyon.
I want to make this simple and clear. The national budget does not depend on just one person.
Pero pwede kayo mag-connives. 'Di ba? Sabi nga ni Zaldico, inutusan etong si Pangandaman, si Bersamin. Well, alam na natin yan. Na nagsabuatan sila. But, sige, pakinggan natin.
The budget does not begin in the House. It begins in the executive. The agencies
It begins in the executive, meaning, executive branch kay bangag. So kaya nga ang question natin, ano ang nakalagay dito sa affidavit na sinasabi niya, na sinabit niya sa ICI? Nakalagay ba na si Marcos Jr. ang kanyang pinsan na ang tunay na nag-utos o kung ano pa yung mga attachment, katulad kanina ng sinabi natin? Ito ba ay sincere? Ito ba ay what? Palabas lamang. Tingnan natin.
and departments prepare their proposals. The executive consolidates them into the National Expenditure Program, and that program is then submitted to Congress. From there, the House deliberates, but the House is not one person, and it is certainly not the Speaker alone.
So, pinapaliwanag niya na hindi lang siya isa, not the speaker alone, ang decision maker. So, may nagde-deliberate. Alam naman natin yun. Na nagde-deliberate, nag-uusap, nagsasabuatan, pare, idagdag mo yung ano ko dyan, no? Di ba? Idagdag mo yung 10 billion, 3 billion, mga ganon, di ba? So, hindi naman aakto ang isa lang kasi magkakasabwat nga kayo dyan sa Congress.
It is a collegial body made up of hundreds of members, multiple committees, vice chairs, and institutional processes. In fact, there are around 85 committees, each with its own jurisdiction, leadership, and members.
85 committees na pwede nagkasundo para tumanggap ng mga male-maleta.
No speaker can personally control every committee, much less direct the actions of other branches or government agencies.
Bullshit.
And in the Appropriations Committee itself, there are already more than 100 members, with many vice chairs, and Representative Toby Tiangco, who has been very vocal and upfront on this issue over the past months, was himself a vice chair of the Appropriations Committee in the previous Congress. So I have to ask, if there were real concerns about irregularities in the budget process, why were these not formally raised during the deliberations, or even during the plenary? The budget deliberation does not stop in the House. The Senate also conducts its own deliberations, reviews its own version, and plays its own role in shaping the final budget.
So, pinapaliwanag lang niya yung process ng budget, di ba? Pero again, mga kababayan, ang nakikita talaga natin dito sa first part na lumalabas siya sa picture na hindi siya yung mastermind. 'Di ba? Kaya nga dito, nung pinanood ko, kulang pa rin to eh. Wala pa siya actually ine-expose talaga ng todong-todo. Pero the fact na sinasabi niya na ang executive branch, understandable na ang bangag talaga, ang bangag, ang pinsan niyang bangag.
And it is not a bystander. It is an active constitutional participant in this process. After that, the House and the Senate reconcile their versions in the bicameral conference committee. Only then is the final bill transmitted to the President for approval or veto. So let us be honest about what becomes law. The national budget is not the act of one person or one chamber. It is the product of a constitutional chain involving the executive, the House, and the Senate. This is something I want the public to understand. The budget process is collective, multi-layered.
Well, naintindihan namin kung paano yung process ng budget. Di ba? At naintindihan din namin na pwede kayo magsabuatan lahat. My goodness. Ilaglag mo na. Kung gusto mong ilaglag mo na si Bangag. Ang dami pang pasikot-sikot.
And shared. Accountability must apply to everyone involved, not selectively assigned after the fact, and certainly not when it becomes politically useful. If corruption were to occur in a magnitude made known to us over the past months, then it's clear that the real corruption does not happen at the level of the general legislative approval alone. It happens at the level of execution of the General Appropriations Act. It happens when projects are implemented. It happens where projects are actually implemented, where procurement is undertaken, where monetary disbursements are actually made. And it happens when substandard projects are passed off as legitimate or when ghost projects are made to appear real. That is why command responsibility is far more logically relevant in the executive branch, where there is actually supervision, operational control, and implementation on the ground, then in the collegial legislative body where constitutional role is deliberation and appropriation. Congress does not build flood control projects. Congress does not conduct procurement. Congress does not inspect whether a project was actually completed. Congress does not certify whether the work done was substandard or not. So if the allegation is that there was a systemic corruption in flood control implementation, then the public should ask the obvious question: where does implementation actually happen? Definitely not in the session hall of the House of Representatives. Here's the simplest way to test that theory that I am the mastermind of this scheme. If I were truly involved in a fraudulent scheme of this nature, then the first place one would expect to see that pattern would be in my own district, in the projects most easily associated with me. You would have seen it in Tacloban, but I say this with absolute certainty. You won't see it in my district. My district has zero ghost and zero substandard flood control projects. Zero.
Inayos din
And that is verifiable. To prove this point, I'm authorizing my staff to share and release to the public the list of all the projects in my district that the authorities may deem attributable to me. Let the public scrutinize and verify for themselves. As I already mentioned, corruption of this scale is not a one-man operation. It requires two things:
Nagkakasabuatan.
budget decisions and implementation on the ground. With respect to how the budget was deliberated in Congress, let me say this categorically. I was not a part of the BICAM and the small committee budget deliberations. Yes, I was updated on the general outcomes of the deliberations, but I had no visibility
So, hugas kamay talaga siya. Malinis. Walang bahid. Hindi siyang mastermind. I-check daw. Unwilling siya na ipakita ang mga listahan ng kanyang mga proyekto sa flood control. Wala siyang ghost project. Da. Pakinggan natin ang kasinungalingan.
with regard to the specific details of the discussions, including particular amendments or insertions approved during these closed-door deliberations. Records would show that I did not participate in those meetings and I was not privy to what exactly transpired during the deliberations. However,
Bakit tayo maraming ayuda? Sabi ni Luistro, dahil kay Speaker. Dahil yan kay Speaker yung mga ayuda. Naku naman.